Hi, I'm Jessa,
And I'm Alex.
and this is Jessa and Alex Watch.
Interview with the Vampire, Season 2, Episode 5. Don't be afraid, just start the tape.
Okay. I've been dying for this episode. We were both out of town this weekend.
Yes,
So we had to wait. And I was like, Alex,
I know.
when can you watch?
I know.
And you were like, I took Monday off. We could watch early. And I was like, yes. And it is now 8:22 p.m. because we are nothing if not great at our time management.
So excellent at time management, the two of us.
Yeah.
This episode, I have been thoroughly thinking about. Like, what is going to happen?
Right.
And then what does it mean that it's going to lead to more things? Because we're not even like,
yeah, we still have 3 more episodes after this.
So like, it's a huge reveal, and also
the story must continue.
Right. The show must go on.
I was just thinking, I'm actually really sad that we stopped the recording before we rewound that episode 2 moment like 40 times because I think it was very funny of us.
It was funny. And when I was editing that video, I realized that we recorded the next video based on that conversation that we had after we had rewatched it like 10 times. And we never really told you guys what our ending conclusion was. And so then you probably just saw the last video and were like, okay, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Because we never told you that we think that Armand and Daniel have had a relationship in the past based on our rewinds.
Yes.
Like
our instant replay that went on for so long.
So long.
I'm always like, because we talk so much about the stuff that we're into offline, and then I think we do that a lot where we come back in and we're like we were saying.
And as we said,
no, we never said it to you guys.
And as we said, we're brilliant.
We're obsessed.
We're very obsessed.
And I have rewatched all 4 episodes with a close eye just on everything Armand does when he's in the same room with Daniel.
Let me tell you, when I was editing, I was like, zoom in, enhance. Did I miss something?
Okay, so this episode, I think we're pausing everything in Paris, which makes sense because where we are in the story, we're like, there's not much left to tell in that story. So I think we're just complete pause, and now we're doing the San Francisco 70s flashback, which is real exciting.
So exciting. Young Daniel is a cutie.
Yeah.
And I don't know I don't know what to do about it because I'm already attracted to Daniel, like as a grown-up.
Yeah.
like in the time where we're at, where he's doing the recording with Armand, I'm into it.
Yeah.
And so I really can't see him all doe-eyed and innocent walk into this bar and
his little brown curls and like, his I mean, if something happens, it happens.
It's a problem. Him like for lack of a better term, like arting it up, like I'm not bisexual. I just you know, like to kiss boys sometimes as friends.
Right.
As you do.
We did say that they should play a game of tennis together.
Yes, they should. Guys,
to know what that is, watch our Challengers video, which doesn't exist.
And
but in our heads
it exists,
because we've had so many discussions about Challengers.
So many discussions.
If you want to come into any of our comments and talk about Challengers, we will meet you there.
Yeah, and we'll see you there, and we'll lust with you there anyway. Oh, and offline, we did also come to the conclusion that we think he's like the way that Armand has altered the memory as like a badger torture thing, and that's what triggers his flashes.
Yes, because the first time he has a flash is when Louis is poking really hard, and then we think it's the same kind of thing as what Armand is doing to him.
Correct.
In that flashback. That's what triggered it. I've seen some people say like Armand is sending him memories, but I don't think that's what's happening.
No, because specifically in that episode where they first start to see the flashes, when Louis is badgering him, Armand says, maybe we're going too far.
Yeah.
Maybe we should stop, which is similar to what he was saying to Daniel last season when Daniel started poking at Louis's holes in memory.
Yes.
So I think Armand is like, uh-oh,
managing too many things right now.
my powers are unraveling.
Yeah. Also, I was rewatching. I hadn't planned to rewatch episode 1 because it's been my least favorite this season.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, there's some Armand Daniel stuff that I need to go back and catch. And the scene where Louis and Armand are in bed, and Louis like, yeah, I lost control of the interview. Armand's like, may I make an observation? And he says, that boy that we met in San Francisco who could barely push play on his tape recorder, he's still in there somewhere, and I think we can find him. You have to rewatch that scene. I had a completely different interpretation of it the first time we watched it, and now I'm like,
I just can't wait for that moment where they like go back and replay all of the scenes that we've seen so far in a different light. I'm gonna be like, okay.
I love that this show is so much about unreliable narrators and memory itself being the unreliable narrator, so that we can like keep revisiting things and seeing them from a different angle.
Right. And like, what's going on?
Was it raining, Louis?
Was it raining, Louis?
Okay, but the irony of Daniel being such a bitch to Louis about his faulty memory. Was it raining, Louis?
And
then he's the one. I mean, Louis, you can get your, like, if you do want to like brattily ask Daniel if it was raining sometime during this episode, we will give you that.
We'll give you it and we'll laugh because I mean, particularly I quote that so much. It's like stupid how much I say that. It's just so funny.
It is.
And I love Daniel to pieces, and I just can't wait. I can't wait to know more about him.
I'm excited.
Let's go on in. Let's get in.
That's my voice, but I don't remember it.
The boy we met in San Francisco. He's still in there.
Memories just keep bubbling up.
I want this to remember.
My baby boy.
We had it figured out, didn't we? What we needed from the other, our proper roles, a less dictatorial approach to the coven is embraced by my
Stop
love.
that.
And every time they play for Daniel, it's so weird.
The reading room.
Stop with that with your fingers.
Laid our backs on long tables and stared up at the ceiling.
Hot.
Funny thing, trying to remember what occupied one's time when one was ignorant of the plotting around him.
What is this performance he's putting on?
You're getting close to something you want distance from. Language as a chicken exit on a roller coaster.
Or it's daytime, and the vampire of Louis' age is fighting the narcoleptic pull of the sun.
Or that.
Or that.
Is this Malik?
You're gonna chase me down in your little Jimmy Choo sneakers,
Shall we take our business to the living room?
Okay, you should certainly fuck him, Armand.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Friends?
If you'll excuse us.
Tell him to buy a Bugatti, crash it into the guardrails.
What's happening?
Does Malik know he's lunch? Has anyone ever cashed in?
Often it's someone carefully chosen for the harm he does the world with his chosen profession.
This little prissiness.
I know.
Someone half in love with an easeful death.
This little bowl of...
He'll have
What?
Malik begging for it in an hour. His methodology, it's never violent, I assure you.
Follow up with the vampire Armand about diet and exercise. So, everything in its right place before the theater burns down.
He's really just, oof.
Boy magazines sold them at recess.
Sorry.
Little dirty, little deceitful.
God.
In high school, she agreed and you did it even.
Daniel.
Let's change it up. I was going over my notes last night, something he said on his initial flight to the bookshelves. Yeah, you bit me, I blacked out, he ripped you off me, dumped me in a drug den. 500 years, hundreds of thousands of kills. How often has Armand spared a life?
Armand could see I was partial to you.
I don't
Armand
know.
preserves my happiness, even when I don't or can't.
Dynamic
He had a
so
hunch.
weird, Louis.
You might prove fruitful in later times.
Okay, sure.
This
Let's go with
one
that.
note on the piano, so good.
It's a fog. I mean, it's the 70s, all a blur.
It's the 70s. Who could say what happened, honestly?
We capped to your place in Divisadero. You paid.
That's right.
Did we?
Yes.
Smooth jazz.
I mean, 70s Louis is extra hot.
Hell yeah.
I own a few of these places.
Oh, yeah? How many?
Many.
Are you a
Yeah.
real estate mogul?
I own a lot of things.
Louis needs to stop. Happy Pride Month.
Does that scare you, boy?
Not the flip of the boy.
Uh-huh.
Hot.
Yeah. He calls him our boy in the first season to Rashid. He says something about our boy is doing something.
Okay. I mean, I'm in countercultures. So am I the first guy that you brought back here? Backgammon? Well, that's wholesome.
Old-timey fun from the Sasanian Empire.
Okay, Daniel, you've definitely done this before. I don't know why you're pretending.
His I'm not gay, but like if something happens.
Right.
All that's gone.
What do I seem like now, boy?
Sticking to the boy.
Cocaine's a fun
Hey, look
boy's
how
drug.
cute he is.
He's so cute, and he's like, I'm gonna seduce you, Louis. Look at me, I'm interesting.
I prefer you like this. All dark and real. Maybe I could cheer you up.
Okay, everybody needs to stop. This is
What are you doing?
Fulfilling my side of the social contract.
Do you normally interview your subjects with your shirt off?
So,
No.
This is cute, Louis. You're being really cute.
I really thought we did.
Do you want to now? He sometimes lingers when boats come into harbor.
He said I'm too old for it. He grew out of being bisexual, don't you know?
Louis DuPont Delac from New Orleans.
The Queen Delette.
Low-end property, little-known art. Worth is often miscalculated because of...
Hugh? Did you gravitate to San Fran as a hub for homophiles?
Did he try to do the accent? Is that what just happened?
he needs to stop.
I forgot to put a tape in.
Oh, Daniel.
Are those fangs?
Hi.
Fuck, man. Are you the Zodiac Killer?
Oh, baby. Oh, he's precious.
This casting is really good.
Yeah.
The way if I met a vampire, I wouldn't be like coking up again.
Right? No, like my brain's already going fast enough. Thank you.
I want to tell the real story. You smoked shaky cigarette after shaky cigarette. You shook more then than you do now.
No coaxing on my part. No journalism per se.
You were terrified of me, Daniel.
You were lonely,
Certainly no
Louis.
journalism. You didn't even put in a tape.
You weren't thrill-seeking. You were floundering. I want to know, for me, what happened between us. Okay?
Aw.
Okay.
A moment of honesty from Daniel. No sarcasm.
He had a dark pull, a numbing affect on the senses. He was a handsome
Yeah,
Satan.
I mean, I know the type.
Beneath his flimsy gentleman's veneer, Lestat was
I want them to kiss
Trivial.
really bad.
Yeah, they have a really cute dynamic.
Big time asshole.
he appeared frail and stupid to me.
Are you sure you didn't do a line, Louis?
Carping voice.
He looks like he did one.
Suggestible.
Yeah, he certainly did a
he
line.
lured you in, you know? He's a faker, but you figured that out. Just by then, you paid a biblical price for your first love.
Well, I don't know if he had come to that conclusion, Daniel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, that was astute, boy.
I was a moron.
Will you, do the fang thing again?
He is so much cuter than I thought he would be.
He's
I love that man.
If I had been an actual journalist and, not fried on coke and lewds, I would have realized what a dangerously unstable psyche I was with.
Watched Claudia disappear into the night.
I'm kind of with her. Get off that bench, brother.
Okay, the difference between young Daniel and old Daniel, though.
it's this.
And then what?
Then what? Purify the putrid soul.
Are you kidding me? I mean, what about life? Like joyrides and night swimming? You were given the gift, and I've been hearing you bitch the night away about it. And since you used the past tense about her, I figured
She what?
could see where this is going and
And what?
give it to me. I won't waste it. I think you could use me. I could be your Lestat, your Claudia, but better. A little bit of both of them in me, plus a few things they don't.
Oh, Daniel, sweetie,
Daniel.
After all I've told you!
honey.
Suicide Hotline 101. Don't say to the person on the other end of the line, hey, why don't you cheer the fuck up?
I took a scoop out of your throat.
I deserve to have my ass kicked for the sheer number of times I said, and then what?
Daniel?
What's going on, buddy?
Press pause on the betrayal of it all and listen.
I mean, Louis definitely high now.
Things got a little heated.
With a boy. Things got heated with a boy. I was at home picking lint off the sofa. The night's gone, the room's soiled, and once again I'm here with mop and mindlessness to clean it up. No, I clean it up. You make the mess and I clean it up.
Armand, not you're a housewife now.
To seek comfort in the arms of lowlifes and unfortunates and broken children, fine.
Oh, this is boring! You're boring!
Up the flames,
Flavorless!
down the throat, off
Dull.
the fingers, feet,
Dull
and
nights.
wallowing brain.
Dull weeks. Suffocation by the world's softest, beigest pillow. I spent with that boy were more exciting, more fascinating.
Oh, wow.
Decades with you.
Louis really showing why he was a good match for Lestat. Yikes.
Yeah.
Half blank, half apocalyptic.
Okay.
Look,
Louis.
does he want to lick my boots or chop my hands off?
But am I as boring as the blather committed unto the ferric tapes of your fascinating boy? Oh, it's so hard to be me. Everyone I know wrongs me.
Okay, Let's wake the boy up and let's try you.
Guys,
I'm
how-
the vampire Armand, and my daddy vampire groomed me into a little bitch.
Shit, you guys.
Guys, how on earth is this not a breakup? I need to know.
That was my sister, was my throw pillow when he wouldn't look at me kindly. Lestat. Little Wayne! Unuttered in our home for 23 years, said over and over again until it was pounding in my brain like a hammer. And you threw her name around just for cover, but it always circled back to him.
I loved her.
But she didn't love you. Not like he did. Not like I have.
I know! Yes.
I can't believe
I know.
we're having this
Thank you for saying
disgusting full-out domestic while poor Daniel is bleeding to death against the wall.
Yes.
It's all of them coming back. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? Can you hear her?
I think that's you running out of the room. Hear that?
Isn't it daylight?
First door opens. Slam. Footsteps. Armand calls your name. He runs after you. Metal door opens to screams. Door opens.
Okay, we get it, Daniel.
I walked into the sun.
Let me ask you a really loaded question, Louis. And then what?
My skin burnt to the color of pitch.
Sidestep the big picture. Get the story straight first.
This is just not how I thought this would go.
You drained a drug fiend. You said the worst things you've ever said to me.
I'm sorry.
Meaningless word. Meaningless.
He's alive.
The boy. The fascinating boy. He's fine. He's just fine. Oh, he's fine. You're fine. This is fine. We're all fine.
There's someone else there.
He's fine. A neighbor saw you while he was taking out the trash. I had to chase him down.
Yeah. Flips it over. And
Armand stands over you. He's commandeered your body.
Rise.
I can't
Move your body.
Yeah.
It's music.
Yeah.
I don't want
To die. On that item.
Well, we weren't right about everything, but we were really right about the cycle of abuse.
Yeah.
128 boys he's brought here. He said 5. And you're the first he didn't consummate and drain.
be on my knees in a second.
Bartering with desire, is that what makes you fascinating?
Kevin? He's a Vietnam vet who lives in the Castro with his Vietnamese refugee boyfriend with no legs. It's all bullshit.
An instinct to self-efface, is that what makes you fascinating?
Jesus Christ.
He's just a kid. Good Lord.
I can't feel my body. It's freaking me out.
You're going to teach me how to be fascinating. A little dirty, a little deceitful, but it's enterprising. Is that what makes you fascinating? In high school, you told a girl you'd only do her if she had a paper bag over her head. She agreed, and you did it even as she cried.
Oh.
A splinter of coldness in you. Is that what makes you fascinating?
Well, you clearly have more than a splinter, Armand, so...
Louis thinks I'm boring.
I have Charlie Horse left leg.
Do you find me boring? I'll keep digging. But I'm Not hopeful there's much more to you, Daniel, other than a hole.
Your point?
I don't know. No point. Other than fuck your boyfriend. So I was the house pet for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Your boyfriend
I'm with him now.
was in a trance of some sort. This feet in the rock shit is bullshit.
The painted bag. It's like I'm still burning. Oh, come on, put me in the coffin.
Rest. I listened to the tapes. All of them twice. The start. Claudia, the start, le start. Did I catch you in a fantasy where the boy somehow fumbles his way to publication? Where he buys himself a copy, reads your nasty embellishments, and comes chasing after you again? A final act of service I'd like to perform before I leave you to yourself. I know where he is. I found his voice among the many.
No.
I told him I was with you.
Oh.
Yes. I'm here.
Louis,
Mon cher.
Oh.
mon cher.
You wanted to say something to me. I love you, Louis. Tell him, Armand. Tell him. Louis? Louis? Louis?
Will I be on suicide watch for the next 1,000 years? Have I atoned for my part? Have I crawled an inch forward? Or am I a reminder of the worst of it?
Well, this is going to be a great reaction. It's just silent frowning. Yeah, I forgot to be on.
But I just don't know how to, I don't know how else to react to this.
Rest.
Rest.
This is so fascinating.
But it started with rest.
I've been calling to you for some time. From every bad fix, from the unnamed malaise you feel Sunday afternoons. And now here I am, and you can rest.
I don't want to rest.
I'm the quiet you've been longing for. After all the garishness of life, the jostling, the clawing.
I like my life.
You already know who you'll be. An ugly duplex back in Modesto. Horns honking. You don't move. Horns honking. You don't move.
I have a thing happening in the city. A bright young reporter with a point of view.
Shh. A comfortable chair. In a room that slants to the north. An easeful death. It's okay. It's okay. Like honey on your tongue. It is the comfort we all long for. Come, I'll hold you. You rest now.
Stop. Armand.
After what you've put me through here, I deserve this.
But I need this one to live. As a testament to our companionship.
Y'all are fucked up.
They really just made Daniel their Claudia.
Yeah.
Are you asking, Maître?
No, Arul. I'm not asking.
Oh boy.
I can't keep up, guys.
They need
You-
to stop. They are so horribly toxic for each other.
Wowie. Poor little Daniel.
Is it worse that they've blocked this out? Like no magical properties have like contributed to this memory being erased?
Page 484. Telling you this room doesn't matter, this night doesn't matter. You're not inconsequential or a junkie. You're a bright young reporter with a point of view. If things ever get bad again, these are the words you'll hear in your mind like a tape playing over and over, like a song stuck in your brain. These words will hold you up and carry you.
And now I ship Daniel and Louis again.
He told me to get my shit together and Pryor right in front of me. You know, he said those words to me, and he was already all burnt up. Figured I'd conflated the two events, but I didn't. Because it was you.
Look how cute he is sitting there.
But I stayed a journalist. I was never so lost I couldn't hold down a job.
We, I think, gave you more drugs, distorted it all in your mind,
You woke up in a drug den.
fed you a truncated version.
You blacked out.
I blacked out.
You woke up in a drug den.
I woke up in a drug den.
Armand fogged my brain,
He bit you.
redacted himself, which accounts for why I didn't remember. And what accounts for why you didn't.
I was disfigured. I was in pain.
But you remember right up until when you bit me, and I remember right up until when you bit me. And then both our memories cut out. Same precise edit on two brains.
Uh-oh.
How was your lunch?
How's Paris?
We paused Paris, reminisced about San Francisco. He asked why you saved him in 1973.
I could see you were partial to him. I preserve your happiness even when you don't or can't. I had a hunch
Yeah, he already said that.
Daniel might prove fruitful in later times.
Oh my God. It's not what I was expecting.
Me either. And I think we set ourselves up for failure because we wanted like a juicy, like tragic love story.
Yeah.
Like we wanted another Lestat and Louis. And what we got was like much worse. It's like a horrible tragedy. Like,
Yeah.
like it reminded me of that serial killer who was bringing all of those gay men. Who is that? Dahmer.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer. That's like the whole time I was like, oh, I feel like I'm watching like a true crime documentary about Jeffrey Dahmer right now.
Right.
And I was like, this is not the fun.
And then Jeffrey Dahmer has a long-term boyfriend who comes in and is upset.
Yeah. It just was like, it was just this sick little game of their relationship that Daniel got caught in the middle of. And I do think they try to like hero present Louis at the end, but no.
Right.
Like I love Louis, don't get me wrong. Yeah. And like, was I fascinated by the connection he has with Daniel? Yes. But I think from the start of this season, I've been really villainizing Armand. And I think they're just two people in a toxic relationship with each other. And it like seeps into other people's lives and like
poison drips through.
Right.
Once again.
Yeah. So I just don't think I don't think Louis is innocent in this. I don't think he's been
Right.
taken advantage of. I think they're just horrible to each other and it's sick and they should stop.
That fight they had was kind of nastier than like the last season when Lestat attacked Louis. Like,
Right.
it was worse because it was like right to the depths of his soul. Like, it was cruel and horrible. And like you said, like, well, the reason
Okay.
they didn't break up is because obviously Armand
Yeah.
did a little tinkering there. But like, that's it. Like, you guys cannot come back from that.
It's
Armand, want better for yourself.
please, please, Armand. We wanted better for
Yeah.
you. We were looking at your failed of a 2024, wherever we are, relationship
Yeah.
with Louis, where you guys have lesbian bed death, and we wanted better for you.
Right.
And after that scene, we certainly want better for you.
Yeah.
Like, dude, why?
Right.
It's like the difference between Armand and Louis is that Armand knew that he would never quit Louis.
Mm.
So he just like decided to make it work in his own way.
Yeah.
And Louis like was like, I will quit this for as long as I can and then go back to my abuser.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being punished for still shipping Lestat and Louis. I do, because I think this cycle of abuse must end.
Yeah.
And this show does gothic vampire, but what it does that's so mean is that it puts it in such like a like non-fantastical lens, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really sure if we were using this term in the 70s, but when Louis like uses like Armand's sexual abuse against him and is like, you were groomed and like you've never been the same since, it's like, yeah,
Right.
like where were we going with that, Louis?
I think we talked about it a little bit in the last episode, but it's Louis the pimp, right? I mean, Louis is now a slumlord. He was telling Daniel, oh, I bought up a whole bunch of like low property
Yeah.
because I know when those are gonna suddenly rocket.
Yeah, he's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
He's falling into old traps.
Yeah.
He's becoming the same person. He's beating up on the people he loves the most. Armand, his brother. Like, it just is
Mhm.
like the same nasty things he would say to him, he's saying to Armand.
And then there's sick little power games.
Right.
Like, for all that, at the end, Armand to turn around and be like, are you asking, Maitre?
like it's honestly, it's disgusting. There's something deeply manipulative and like using kink to like brainwash is just like completely dismissive of
Yeah,
the point,
right.
and just like I don't know, it's just disgusting. It just made me feel very icky. I was like, do not do your maitre thing while that man is bleeding out on the floor.
Right.
Like, please stop. Like, those past 5 days were a tragedy, not like,
Yeah.
oh, like we had a little fight and
Right.
now we're all better. Like,
Yeah.
please like learn from your actions. I don't know.
You know, a horrible thought that I had? If you get swelling on the brain, you can actually develop Parkinson's.
No, I definitely think I don't know if it's
That's
like
what happened with my grandfather. He got encephalitis during the war, and that's what caused his Parkinson's.
I was thinking that. I think I said it the first episode of this
Mm.
season that I thought like the brainwashing could possibly
yeah.
have led to like a neurological something, but I 100% think that him bleeding out on the floor
While Armand
is like throwing him
yeah.
up and down can cause his brain to swell.
yeah, Armand, you're gonna have to answer for that one,
Oh,
buddy.
we're being harsh on Louis, but Armand going back into cult leader Armand
Yeah.
and keeping like just torturing Daniel, poorly done.
Poor little Daniel, just the floppiest little drug addict. Like, hey man, like I was one of the things I was most upset about was Armand ruining all of his little tapes. Those were real stories that he
Yeah.
got. Like, he was being self-deprecating, but you know,
He was good.
yeah.
And then when he was fighting for
really
his life,
good.
when he was fighting for his life and Armand was like, which very triggering, that scene, like his like, you want to die anyway, suicidal speech.
Yeah. Well, he's
Hi.
like tenderly stroking his face. Wow.
Mhm. Yeah, he's like, oh, and I'm the answer. that you're wanting. Like, oh, your life sucks anyway. You'll make nothing of your life. So you might as well die now with me in this comfortable armchair. And Daniel
It wasn't even a comfortable arm.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was like some horrible wooden thing that he was his torture chair. The other thing that's serial killer is Louis literally being a serial killer.
Right.
He's literally like him being
Like
Jeffrey Dahmer.
128. Is that what Armand said?
Yeah. Like taking young, hot men like
Out of the gay bars.
out of the gay bars. Oh, I just had a thought. Oh, his creepy little drug kit. Like, he's not a drug addict.
I just want to say it's a really good thing that we're monster fuckers because I don't hate any of these characters.
No.
And they are horrible.
Horrible people. Horrible people.
And yet I care.
Like I said, I feel like I got a talking to. This episode gave me a talking to. That's why we were so quiet. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I had nothing to say.
Just rap.
What were
No, but I mean, it was really so good and beautifully performed. I mean, just 4 actors just absolutely killing it. So
Oh yeah.
I was
young Daniel,
entranced.
incredible. Their chemistry so good. Actually, the chemistry between Louis and older Daniel and Louis and younger Daniel were perfect. I think they did such a good job.
I loved the old Daniel Louis dynamic because that's the first time they've had that. Because it's always Daniel poking and being a little bitch and all of that. And but he was, because they were both together trying to recover a memory, he was actually like being nice.
And then Armand calling him on it. Like poor, Armand doing the accent.
Oh yeah.
He was going in.
Yeah.
Him going like, oh, poor me. My life's so hard. I'm the victim.
Yeah.
Like,
oh God, that was nasty.
It was
That
bad.
hurt my feelings.
My feelings were hurt. My feelings were hurt on all sides. I was sad for Daniel. Well, because Daniel, you said it in the episode, like the difference between young and old Daniel, like it's devastating.
Yeah.
But also Daniel respects Louis now because Louis saved his life in another way.
Yeah.
Like he
planted those words.
He planted those words. He saved him from being a drug addict the rest of his life.
Yeah. Old Daniel. It feels so rude. I'm so sorry, Eric Bogosian.
You're so compelling, so talented, and so hot. So we need nothing by that. Should we just say 2024 and
There you
70s?
go. Okay. 2024 Daniel, by the time he and Louis are like sitting by the little tree and he's all cross-legged, and then he like thinks of his book and like jumps up and goes pitter-pattering away. He was a lot more like 1970s Daniel, which I thought was a really nice
he's
little bit.
freed from that part of his life that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
He had this like trapped trauma that he was carrying around with him and he had no idea what it was. You know, he was being tortured for 5 days and that's like in his body, but he doesn't remember it.
And he's always blamed his drug use for being like, oh, I've lost an entire decade or whatever.
Right.
But no, actually somebody fucked with your head, buddy. I'm so sorry. Okay, but a brief moment for Armand coming back in the mirror wraparound sunglasses.
So funny. So funny. Well, see, that's an interesting bookend of the episode, right? Where it's like, well, where is the line of morality? Because we get to laugh at like the annoying social media star that probably filmed someone's dead body, and that's why he's not. We get to laugh at Armand chasing him through the streets and killing him, but we then are blaming Louis for being like this closet serial killer. Like, where is the line with immortals, and where is our line as mortal viewers? You have to save him for me, Armand. He'll be our vow renewal.
Oh my God, that was crazy. You know, I was thinking earlier this week about the fact that they changed the way that Claudia happens in the book and in the movie, because in that it's explicitly that Lestat baby traps Louis because Louis finds the sick and near death Claudia and he's very drawn to her. And then Lestat goes back and changes her and is like, I got you a baby. Where in the show, Louis brings her and begs Lestat to change her.
Mhm.
And that allows that to be, then we have this parallel with
Right.
exactly the way that he just treated Armand, although he's full of shit.
Yeah. Louis is bad.
Yeah.
And it's so funny to watch our episodes and our reactions back, because in episodes 1 and 2, we're so convinced that Armand is this like cruel, evil abuser that has Louis trapped. And then you and I both realize that probably Louis is actually probably the problem, and we don't say it until this episode because we're like, actually, we can't believe that.
Yeah.
Like, it was so much easier to accept
Right.
that Louis is like this damsel that just gets
Yeah.
trapped. And
It's just a beautiful,
we love
beautiful
him.
man. who
and
just
we
keeps stumbling into these situations.
and he's you know,
I think that commenters are really going to have a problem with the fact that we watched an entire episode where Armand tortures poor Daniel, and we're like, wow, Louis, wow.
well, they've been so mad at us that we've been so hard on Armand
There you
this
go.
whole time.
We're
So
just
we're
balancing
even,
the
we're balanced.
scales.
I think, yes, I think, well, fair point that Armand is horrible.
Yeah.
But I
don't think the narrative has set him up to be not horrible in a way
right,
that it's a reveal.
we knew Armand was horrible, and we've been saying it all along. So that Armand tortured Daniel, also we like saw it in flashbacks.
Right.
So that's not a shock or a surprise or a reveal to me.
Yeah.
What is that Mr. Serial Killer Louis Dupont de Lac lacks a lot of humanity despite his bullshitting of a vegetarian diet. And Armand being like, go have your fun, like knowing, like tallying off 129.
Yeah. Man, their dynamic is really fucked.
Okay, but explain that to me, right? So Armand is used to it. It's a pattern that Louis does. He knows what's going to happen. He tells Louis to go. Was Armand listening? Is that why he's upset and comes in, storms in, and stops him from killing Daniel?
I think he just stopped him because it was daylight.
Oh.
And Louis hadn't come home because they don't live in that tragic little apartment.
Okay, right.
So it was that, because Louis got so caught up, he forgot that he cannot go out in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he was also listening in because he knew about all of the Lestat talk. So he was still at least, he obviously wasn't unaware, but he wasn't listening enough to where he didn't need to listen to the tapes twice to hear everything. Okay.
Oh, we didn't talk about Lestat.
Okay, first, the thing that Armand said to Daniel, to Louis, like, oh, I think you're spinning your little story, hoping that he'll print a book with your embellishments, and then Lestat will be walking by a bookstore and see it. And I was like, ooh, wow, okay.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
He wrote a love letter to Lestat, an angry, vengeful love letter.
A love letter being like, you're a bitch and I hate you.
But it says you're the love of my life the whole time. I mean,
I hate
season
you so
1
much.
is
I live at 422.
season 1, the love story that we fell in love with is
Yeah.
the tape recording. But him being like, Louis, why is he hurt?
Yeah. So
Him
what
not going to Louis is,
I want to know what's going on there.
I think he just is giving, like, he accepted the breakup.
Hmm.
And then I think when Armand reaches out, then he's like, yes, okay, I hear you. How's my love?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's more going on there,
Me too. Probably, yes.
which maybe we'll get this season.
I mean, I pretty much had guessed that Claudia was dead, but we got confirmation of that today. Which sucks. And then Armand deleting Lestat's existence from Louis' memory, because we said that in the first episode of this season. We said, why hasn't Louis run back to him yet? And it's because Louis, with his Delulu, is still like, well, we killed him.
Right.
like the way he fools himself into thinking he only eats rats. He's fooled
Right.
himself into thinking that he killed Lestat.
Yeah.
And Ormond torturing him with the knowledge that he's still alive and then taking it away. Like, do we think Armand was like testing Louis?
I don't know.
Or was he like going to do a good thing? Was he like, I can't handle this anymore. I'll just let you have him. And then it hurt too much for Lestat to hear in Lestat
think
be like,
he
I
was-
love him.
I think he was doing a like, well, you should go back to your ex, you know.
Right.
They always treated you so much better. Like basically knowing that would be the one thing that would get Louis to be like, just kidding, I'll stay with you. I love you.
Louis would never. Louis was about to be like, when he was talking as Lestat, Louis put his hand gently on Armand's face in a way we've never seen him do.
Right. I think it's more toxic than Louis and Lestat.
Oh,
because
100%.
There's no love at the core.
There's no love there. It's obsession on
Yeah.
Armand's side.
Yeah.
And it's just
And like a desperation, like Armand needs to be loved
Yeah.
so badly.
Yeah.
That he's like he's just really fucking with his own head.
he needs to be loved, but he doesn't want to be loved by someone that can love him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like he needs to be loved. He needs to earn someone's love. And like Louis's love is unattainable.
What a wholesome show.
I can't believe they're gonna make us watch like Armand and Louis like get together after that.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like really rude
I'm
and yucky.
fascinated to know what the Dubai dynamic is like. Now that they've done their weird, like, oh, we just got caught in dad's home vibe when Armand walked back in his little sunglasses.
Like Louis is not strong enough to kill Armand.
Right. Well, can't wait for next week. We're back to Paris. I have a feeling it's gonna go great. Thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed to our channel, we would love if you would subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you know when more videos come out. Share your thoughts down below, non-spoilery, please. And we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.